poor people instead of attacking like the government and the big corporations that are lobbying the government that allow the shit like this to be able to be purchased through EBT. Why not go after the big dogs? Because I won't fucking win. They don't care. Nobody cares. They're not going to care. They don't care because they're getting paid. They aren't going to care what I got to say. They don't care what you got to say. They don't care what anybody's got to say. They're just going to keep doing it because they know you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. You need those chips. You need those Pilates. You need those coffee creamers. All that processed shit. You're addicted. You need it. So you're going to keep buying it as long as they keep providing it to you. And they're going to keep providing it to you as long as they keep getting paid to provide it to you. The people in the middle, the taxpayers, they ain't got no say in it. Remember when we would boycott all of these different companies for all of these different reasons? Words on the internet don't work. Me going after the big corporations and the government, that ain't gonna work. In Congress, it ain't gonna work. The only thing that's gonna work is if you stop using them. The only thing that's gonna work is if you stop abusing them. The only thing that's gonna work is that if I, at the very least, get you to feel enough shame to stop posting it on the internet for everybody else to get ideas from it. And you should feel ashamed. You absolutely should feel ashamed. It's not some kind of flex that you have to depend on your neighbors to raise yourself and the children that you decided to have. That is not something you should be proud of. That is not a fucking career goal. It's not a flex for you to come out here on the internet and tell the very people who are supplementing your EBT card to go fuck themselves when they complain about it. Who in the fuck do you think you are? Make shame great again. Shame is a fantastic deterrent. I may not be able to get you to stop doing it, but I sure as shit can try and get you to stop posting that shit online. You should feel a little embarrassed. You should be working to better yourself. Take care of your own family. Have a little pride in that, for crying out loud. Why do I do my cooking videos? Why do I post pictures of my kids' breakfast on the internet that I made from scratch? Because I'm fucking proud of it. I made this from scratch. I bought this with money that I earned, that my husband and I earned. He makes a little more than I do. We did this, and I'm proud of it. It's time to change the narrative. Time for people who don't get EBT and who don't get food stamps to come out here and start posting their hauls. How did you pinch your pennies? How did you make this stretch? What meals are you going to make? Let me see them. If the rest of you are going to be a drain on fucking society, then the least you can do is shut the hell up about it. If you can't, that's fine. I'm going to keep posting you.
So, you want to keep shaming people for being poor, and you said that you can't change the government's mind. Well, back in March 12, 1990, people in wheelchairs gathered up, crawling on the stairs, changed rights for disabled people forever. There can be change. Change can happen. You just got to work harder for it. So you're saying that you're giving up because the corporations and the big government is not listening to you. But you're not getting protests. You're not getting things done. You're just talking on the internet. And for you to say that some of the people are a drain on society and not the flex, well, you're sitting there, you're flexing about the meals you make just because you and your husband can afford it and you're more fortunate than others. Let me tell you this, lady. Anything can change. You and your husband can get in a car wreck. Medical bills can pile up. Then I don't want you to sit here and apply for any assistance because you sit there and you're shaming people. Shame is not the way to go. You want to fix a broken system, you got to get people together, get ideas, and get the ideas out there. We, the people, hold the power more than you think. And if you don't realize that, watch the movie called Ants. That'll tell you everything. You can't sit here and think that nothing we can do can make change. We can. And just because you're out here publicly shaming people who use EBT or who is on Section 8, and you're promoting shame, be careful who you judge, lady, because you never know what's going to happen to you. I've seen videos like this get people fired. I've seen stuff like this. You got to be careful what you say. And, just because you're more fortunate than others, shame is not the way to go. You're judging others based on things that some people just can't control. Remember, life can hit anybody at any given time. Just because you're doing well now does not mean you do well later. So anyone who's listening to videos like this, where this lady is publicly shaming people, just ignore her. She seems like she hasn't had to beg for $1 in a while. And then when life hits her, and she's at her ropes, where maybe their companies will go out of business, or maybe some unexpected medical problem comes and she gets assistance, then I'm going to be like, I told you so, so you can't survive without it. Just be careful what you put on the internet, because people like this, are the problem. Instead of creating the solutions, they're the problem. They rather shame you, put you in a corner, and put you up against the wall, and put you down instead of pick you up. That's why I'm making these videos. I'm here to pick you up. If you're struggling and you're on EBT Section 8 and you know it's hard to get out of a hole like that because no one's willing to give you a chance, I'm praying for you. One of these days you'll get your chance and you'll get out of that hole. But until then, just ignore people like that. Don't worry about her.